We've all gone through many different forms of heartbreak. Whether it's a breakup, you didn't get the job you wanted, you stopped being friends with someone, the death of a dog or someone close to you. It hurts. It really hurts. Time can pass and that wound will never properly heal. It can feel like you can never escape that pain. I didn't know what this felt like until I lost my beautiful best companion, my German Shepherd Luna, a few years ago. She was my best friend growing up and would always join me on my adventures. And of course, I'm not being insensitive to stuff that happened before. It was just that this consistent constant that was Luna hurt unlike anything. And for a while, I didn't feel safe without her. After almost a year, we finally decided to get another dog. My beautiful best friend sold at the start of the pandemic. A quarantine dog, if you will. My mom's brother, my uncle, pushed my mom into finding Soul. God, did we need that. Unfortunately, later that year, my uncle sadly passed away. And that hurt. Truly hurt. It felt like the end of the world. He was one of my role models. Those sayings that a man's best friend is a dog have never been more true because Soul helped our family heal from that. She was a dog you could rely on to help you. She was as bright as her name. I felt protected by her. God, I hate just writing this, but unfortunately, Soul passed away a couple months ago, and that was devastating. She was so young and brave. She will always be part of my heart. Even though we had her less than 2 years, I can guarantee you that I will pass on stories of what Soul did for us in that time of need. I love you, Soul. A great power that we have as humans is the power to endure, to heal ourselves, to dig ourselves out of problems. Sure, nothing will ever be the same, but it's only right for us to keep fighting. So how does this all relate to Sayonara Wild Hearts? Well, it's about how a protagonist perseveres through her heartbreak. She goes on a journey to reclaim her groove and to heal her broken heart. What I love about not just video games, but books and movies is that you can find something to relate to and learn from it to better yourself. It doesn't matter whether your interpretation is right or wrong. The only thing that matters is what you gain from it. Sayonara Wild Hearts, developed by Simigo and published by Annapurna Interactive, is an indie rhythm-based video game released on September 19th, 2019. In the game, you play as a woman whose heart was destroyed so violently, her sorrow echoed through space and time. You play through 23 different levels in an uncanny, vibrant environment. In the levels, you travel from point A to point B, whether it's on foot, skateboard, a motorcycle, a car, or even a stag. The controls for this game are quite simple. You move left or right, collecting hearts and diamonds as you go, and you are occasionally required to do quicktime events, pressing a button on your controller. With each quicktime event you do, it goes to the beat of the respective song that plays. The music to this game is unbelievable in every aspect. With what I said before, the music and gameplay rely on each other. If you mess up a quicktime event, or if you die, the song distorts briefly and then resumes. I've gotten mad at myself for this because I always want to go for a perfect run, no matter what. Once you complete a level, you get a rank. Either gold, silver, or bronze. Gold being the highest, and bronze being the lowest. Each level has a different point value. The game's soundtrack is composed by Daniel Olsen and Jonathan Eng, and the singer of the songs is Linnea Olsen. The genre of this soundtrack, I'd say, is electropop and synth, which is so sick. Linnea puts all her passion in the songs. Since there's no dialogue in the game, it's her responsibility to be able to provide a voice for our unnamed protagonist. We start the game off with a narrator, voiced by Queen Latifah, who at this time is her only voice role in a video game. The director of the game, Simon Flesser, had jokingly said Queen Latifah could voice the narrator's limited lines, but they were actually able to get her on board, making Latifah a last but very vital addition to the game. The narrator begins to explain the story, that 3 divine arcana, the Empress, the High Priestess, and the Hierophant, watched over a different universe that wasn't ours. The game draws inspiration from tarot cards, which I didn't know when I first played the game. A rogue arcanum, Death, and its allies stole all harmony from this universe and hid it in their hearts. Before that universe is destroyed, the 3 divine arcana create a heroine from the shards of a broken heart. Later in the future, in a different universe that is close to ours, the heroine, in the form of a butterfly, goes to our protagonist and takes her back to the universe that lost its harmony. The protagonist grabs onto the butterfly and becomes the heroine, the Fool, one of the many tarot cards. In the first level of the game, the song that is played is a rendition of Clair de Lune, and it's so beautiful. Not only does the game go well with the song, it goes well with the poem that the song was originally based on. An interpretation that I liked comes from Brianna Curran of Aspen Institute. Quote, "In both the famed classical musical piece and its lesser-known companion, we are taken through a journey to introspection, the lifetime adventure of understanding the soul in all its phases. The journey is to better know ourselves. From all victorious love to sad, beaming beauty is a clumsy dance." End quote. As the protagonist goes through the game, she collects diamonds and hearts and faces off against the 4 allies of death and eventually death herself. She is the divine arcana's last hope for bringing back harmony into this world. While doing this, she is also dealing with her heartbreak, in a sense gaining back her harmony. In the QuickTime events, you have to press the button at the perfect time. I love the way it's designed, showing the heart meter get full. Doing this, the protagonist uses her heart to fight off the enemies and gain back the harmony for this universe. For a game with simple mechanics, it's so insane to see how the development team put 110% into not making the game feel repetitive. The level design is point A to point B, and riding through the levels is so beautiful. The art design is really well done, and I love how the game's camera work on the heroine works. The point of view of the game can change so flawlessly. It could go from a side-scrolling perspective to a third or first person. Bravo to the team at Simico for achieving this. You feel the harmony as you progress through the levels. You respawn quick if you fall or die in the game. There's just something about this game that makes me feel like I'm doing something important. One level that is a highlight for me is the 5th one, titled Begin Again. You ride on your motorcycle, the tarot card known as the Wheel of Fortune. You are chasing a group called the Dancing Devils. Linnea Olsen sings a song, and God, what a beautiful voice she has. Like I stated before, the protagonist has no voice, so Linnea provides it for us. The lyrics help us understand what the protagonist is feeling, and how she is going to become stronger. Some of my favorite lyrics from the song are, "I can still recall, trudging through the cold December snow. We didn't know that it was the end, that the saddest story ever told would unfold. Don't you know how it goes? You leave me sad and scarred. Broken glass, smoking ash, I guess that's what we are. I have tried to forget all the pain and regret. It's the last time. It's the last time tonight, as you hold me so close. In your arms I just know, it's the last time, and I'm strangely alright. We need to understand, 'cause I'm just happy to begin again." It just makes me happy hearing her talk about beginning again. Even with all that past pain, she is ready to move forward. You defeat the Dancing Devils and proceed to the forest. Some of the most trippy levels you play are located here. In one, you ride a white stag. And in another, you ride your bike as you're drugged on mushrooms. Really weird stuff, but hey, it's unique. This game has some of the best design levels. Almost self-explanatory, but in one level titled Parallel Universes, you fight these twin sisters named the Stereo Lovers. Gotta love their names. As you drive on the bike, the sisters snap, taking you into, well, parallel universes. I just love the idea of going back and forth and having to predict where the heart and diamonds are located. And you continue the chase and fight in the following level, fighting them on a gigantic sword. It's so rad. Another level that is a highlight for me is Night Drift. Honestly, one of the most peaceful levels I've ever played in any video game. The music for it is incredible. It's a nice and chill experience just drifting. You then get sucked into a VR headset and start transversing in a Galaga type level. And I'm telling you guys, the level design is amazing yet simple. You're avoiding and destroying blocks to get hearts. And with Linnea's beautiful voice in the back singing her heart out, chef's kiss. I want to talk about every single level and its respective song, but I don't want to completely ruin the experience. But the game's final level broke me. It moved me in a way a video game hadn't in a long time. Such stellar level design that somehow makes you feel nostalgic for a game that you just played through. You feel yourself has gained more harmony than you had. Sayonara Wild Hearts is an outstanding game with important themes of heartbreak and growth. Packed with a stellar soundtrack and game design, this game is for the ages. You'll gain something by the end of it. I highly recommend this game and give it a 10 out of 10. Since I played it on release, I've had the album downloaded and I listen to it almost daily. It's available on consoles, PC, and even the iPhone where I first played it. Anywho, this game has a special place in my heart. I'm glad that I decided to do a semi-review / analysis on it. This was a good venue to express my feelings of sadness and heartbreak. It's okay to feel hurt. It's part of us. Just remember, always forward. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like it, and thanks for watching.